In the past, we have faced problems concerning lack of disciplinary in managing, underestimation, and overlooked the sufficiency economy ideas. We have not managed our business in a sufficient way, so it caused damages amidst the globalization trends. Thus, to prevent these problems is to conduct them adequately by doing the followings. 1. One must try to depend on oneself as much as possible by applying appropriate technologies to his production line so it is improved. 2. One must not overuse resources and must be considerate of how he is spending, investing, and consuming. He must try to balance the three to gain the most benefit out of the investment cost. 3. One must be cautious and not neglect in managing his business. He must foresee risks which might happen and draft backup plans. Safety channel must be spared. He must also maintain cash flow by not investing or expanding too much. This is called preparation in case of emergency. 4. One must have good and transparent management, good governance along with integrity, build up development, effectiveness, and strength so that they can cope with any kind of problems which might arise. In applying the sufficiency economy theory to business does not mean that it is limited only to the dimensions of economics, business survival, profit, or business growth. Rather, it has to relate to the social, environment, and cultural dimensions of the local people. As mentioned in the beginning, the sufficiency economy has been used as a policy to drive the country. It is included in the 10th National Economic and Social Development Plan, and the objectives are as follows. 1. To improve human resources quality. 2. To improve communities' conditions and to solve poverty problems. 3. To balance and sustain the economic structure. 4. To secure the resources basis and to build up good governance. In developing human resources quality, the following things need to be done. 1. Increase the length of compulsory education to 10 years. 2. The average age of Thai people to be at 80 years. 3. 60% of the middle-level labor to be developed. 4. 5% of preventable illnesses to be decreased. 5. 4.5% of average income to be increased. 6. 10% of health spending to be reduced. 7. 10 researchers to match with these 10,000 population. Community development, poverty problems. 1. Every community to have a community participation plan. 2. Poverty proportion to be reduced to 4% by the year 2011. 3. Crime to be 10% reduced. Balanced and sustainable of economic structure. 1. Domestic economic and international trade to be increased to 75%. 2. Flexibility of energy used is no more than 1 per 1. 3. Combined productivity to be increased at a rate of 3% per year. 4. Gaps between high income, middle income, and low income groups are no more than 10 times. 5. Inflation rate is no more than 4% per year. 6. The SME per GDP is at 40% in the year 2011. 7. The public debt per GDP is no higher than 50%. Security base for environment and resources. 1. Forest area is no less than 33%, in which 18% is preserved forests. 2. Air quality to be at its standard measure. 3. No less than 31 million rights of farmland to be in the irrigation zones. 4. 30% of communities' poisoned garbage to be disposed. 5. No less than 85% of water resources to be with fair quality. Good governance. 1. Transparent image to be scored at 5.0 in the year 2011. 2. Good governance in the private sectors to be increased. 3. Local producers' ability to be increased. 4. The public sector to get stronger. 5. No less than 20 researches on culture and democracy to be conducted per year. A sufficiency economy-based government should be according to the following examples. Its policies on political and public administration reform are aimed at correcting political and administration crises. A political development council should be established to operate a fair and ethical system to manage human resources and government organizations in accordance with the country's sustainable development, so that the society gets stronger and the people live in contentment according to the sufficiency economy theory. Its economic policy should aim at strengthening the three economic sectors, namely the grounds economic, the market system economic, and the general economic. The sufficiency economy should be used as their principle. Meanwhile, the ethical conduct should be the guidance of the free market so that the three economic sectors could move together. This policy should aim at building up a strong and brotherhood society in which people can live happily together. The policy makers should learn from these harmony lessons in the past and encourage a harmonious society. The education system should also be reformed with the value of the sufficiency economy theory included. The civil servant sector should also develop their performance so they can go along with the sufficiency economy theory. In doing so, they need to follow the 4 Thai letters BOR and the 4 Thai letters POR as follow. The 4 BORs are the transparency, integrity, economized, and effectiveness. The 4 PORs are self-reliance, sufficiency, educacy, and satisfaction. Transparency. An organization's mechanism must be transparent. The public must be able to cross-check its work and, as necessitated by law, the organization must disclose its data, facts, and information. Integrity. An organization must be careful and accurate in processing work. The public must be served equally. Convenience, fast, economized, and preciseness must be emphasized. Civil servants must give their service in a sympathy, kind, and generous manner. Economized. Civil servants must always concern that they are working on the people's tax, so they must be careful in getting the most benefit out of spending for the well-being of the public. Effectiveness. Civil servants must always finish their work in time for the good of their units and the public. Their mind must be result-oriented. Self-reliance. Civil servants must be able to rely on themselves in working and conducting their lives. They need to be professional and be equipped with education, and knowledge so that they can be self-dependent. Sufficiency. Civil servants must conduct their work and personal lives in a sufficient way. Adequacy. Civil servants must conduct their work and personal lives in an adequate way by holding on to appropriate and necessary methods. Satisfaction. Civil servants must be satisfied with their own status and result of work. But what's important is that they must work for the public's satisfactory. This means the result of civil servants' work must be efficient. The mentioned 4 bars and 4 pause will help increase the civil servants' capability while equip them with ethical conduct.